All right, man. Some breaking news coming in. Steve Nash is now the new Brooklyn Nets head coach. Jock Vaughn will still be the lead assistant coach. So, shout out to Steve Nash. I didn't know Steve Nash was a candidate to be a head coach in the NBA. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I don't even think he had any coaching experience. I didn't hear about Steve Nash in the G League in Canada as an assistant coach in Orlando or, wherever else, the Clippers, the Lakers. And he got a job with the Brooklyn Nets. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to check out our NBA Talk playlist. Also, I was going to start the day off with a review of last night's games, but we get to that in the next video. Congratulations to Steve Nash. All right. They was pursuing Greg Popovich. There was some rumors Popovich's mansion in San Antonio went up for sale, and possibly he was going to make the move to Brooklyn. That's what people was anticipating. Apparently, San Antonio wasn't ready to let Popovich go, or Popovich wasn't ready to head to Brooklyn. So now they get Steve Nash, and I don't know how this is going to work. Steve Nash had a good IQ. He played the game the right way from the point guard position, but it's kept Kyrie Irving going to respect him. It's Kevin Durant going to respect him. They pursued him, I heard, for the last few weeks or for the months or whatever the situation may be. But personally, with Kyrie, I think they needed a strong-minded coach there for Kyrie Irving. But it just shows you, man, like if Mike D'Antoni lost last night, Mike D'Antoni was going to have a job in Indiana waiting for him. That's the rumor. And it's funny that Jerry Stackhouse won the G League championship and he couldn't get a job in the NBA. Juwan Howard couldn't get a job in the NBA. Patrick Ewing should have entered the benches for years in the NBA and couldn't get a job in the NBA. Steve Nash, no coaching experience, comes to the NBA and get a job. We know what it is. We know what type of privilege it is. And, it's funny the way, things work. It ain't about who you know or what you know all the time. It's all about what the complexion for the protection or selection you got. And, you got a lot of these black coaches that really grinded, from the minor leagues, from college, to going overseas, and they not getting no opportunities. And even though the NBA is light years ahead, and as far as race, ahead of the NFL and other major sports, how does Steve Nash come into the NBA and get a head coaching job, and he ain't coached? In the NBA, in my knowledge, not college or nothing. You just got to ask yourself when, those three guys that went the college route, Stackhouse, Ewing, and Juwan Howard, why couldn't they get no jobs? You know what I'm saying? Why does the black coach have to go through the hard route and still not get the opportunity? But I believe college is better anyway, and I think they'll find out you can have longevity there. I'd rather be Mike Krzyzewski, Tom Izzo, and spend a lifetime somewhere instead of the NBA bouncing around and this, that, and the third. The NBA fire a coach before they fire a player. NFL, they'll trade a player, release a player before they fire their coach a lot of the times. And that's kind of the difference in a traditional, sports, how they ride, how they, doing the sports, but in a particular sports. But as far as that, man, Kyrie Irving is the question. And then is, Kevin Durant going to be in the right mind as well? Is Kyrie going to pollute him? Kyrie is tough on coaches. Kyrie tough to go deal with. It's times where Kyrie Irving, don't talk to people for weeks. And, Steve Nash, we don't know nothing about his coaching style. But let's say Steve Nash want the point guard position to facilitate and pick his chances, pick their chances, or pick their spots where they want to score the ball at. Can Kyrie Irving do that? Kyrie Irving is just a mental midget. To be honest, he shuts down and he difficult to deal with. And Bron had to deal with it, and Blad and Tyronn Lue had to deal with it. Him and Deion Waiters clash. I don't think this is a good idea. I think they need to find them a strong-minded, respectable head coach to go for Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? And Steve Nash is a Canadian. They seem not to have a lot of pit bull in them, a lot of dog in them. Jamal Murray got that dog in him. But Steve Nash seemed like a nice guy. He probably going to be, how can I say it, he's probably going to be, non-confrontational. And Kyrie Irving, he needs somebody that's strong-willed, to really, help him get where he need to get at. But if Steve Nash can get his respect and he can show Kyrie that scoring and everything, and this is how you play the position, Kyrie Irving might come out better for this. So if it worked, it's going to be because Steve Nash actually reaches to Kyrie Irving and shows him how to play the position the right way. Similar to how Larry Brown showed it to Chauncey Billups. So if Steve Nash can have that connection with Kyrie Irving, I think everything else will fall in line. But yeah, this was a shocker right here. But really not a shocker no more, man. It's funny how black people gotta work 10 times harder to get opportunity, and a lot of times, white people in most of the sports, they don't have to work hard at all to get opportunity. But still, shout out to Steve Nash, 2-time NBA MVP. Maybe he gonna implement the Mike D'Antoni style there. Who knows? He played under Donnie Nelson as well. He had more of an offensive style. The key to Brooklyn is gonna be playing defense. Outside of getting Kyrie to be a facilitator and play the point guard the right way. But let me know what you think about, Steve Nash being the next coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Don't forget, check out our NBA Talk playlist. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love and support. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Cash App, CJ Good 313. Put all that information in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. Check out my Detroit playlist, Motor City Sports Talk, or check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk, right here on YouTube. We gone.